Hello, learn English with GGG, your path to fluent communication. Climate change. The long-term alteration of temperature and typical weather patterns in a place. Global warming. The increase in Earth's average surface temperature due to human activities, such as burning fossil fuels and deforestation. Greenhouse gases. Gases that trap heat in the Earth's atmosphere, such as carbon dioxide, methane, and water vapor. Carbon footprint. The total amount of greenhouse gases emitted directly or indirectly by an individual, organization, event, tool, or product. Renewable energy. Energy derived from natural resources that are constantly replenished, such as sunlight, wind, and water. Deforestation. The clearing of forests for agriculture, logging, or urban development, leading to a reduction in carbon storage and biodiversity. Sea level rise. The increase in the average level of the world's oceans due to the melting of glaciers and ice caps, and the thermal expansion of seawater, ocean acidification. The decrease in pH levels of the Earth's oceans due to the absorption of carbon dioxide, leading to harmful effects on marine life. Extreme weather events. Severe and unusual weather phenomena, such as hurricanes, droughts, floods, and heat waves, that are becoming more frequent and intense due to climate change. Mitigation. Actions taken to reduce or prevent the emission of greenhouse gases and limit the impacts of climate change. Adaptation. Strategies and measures implemented to adjust to the effects of climate change and minimize its negative consequences. Carbon offset. The reduction of greenhouse gas emissions in one place to compensate for emissions produced elsewhere. Paris Agreement, an international treaty adopted in 2015 that aims to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels and pursue efforts to limit the temperature increase to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Sustainability. Meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Climate resilience. The capacity of a system to absorb and adapt to the impacts of climate change without losing its functionality. Emission reduction targets. Specific goals set by countries or organizations to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions by a certain percentage within a specified timeframe. Carbon pricing. Putting a price on carbon emissions to incentivize businesses and individuals to reduce their carbon footprint. Carbon capture and storage, CCS. A technology that captures carbon dioxide emissions from industrial processes and stores them underground to prevent their release into the atmosphere. Climate finance. Financial resources provided to support climate change mitigation and adaptation efforts in developing countries. Climate justice. The concept that those least responsible for causing climate change are often the most vulnerable to its impacts, leading to calls for equitable solutions. Biodiversity loss. The decline in the variety and abundance of plant and animal species due to habitat destruction, pollution, and climate change. Resilient infrastructure. Infrastructure designed to withstand the impacts of climate change, such as flooding, storms, and extreme temperatures. Carbon neutrality. Achieving a balance between the amount of greenhouse gases emitted and removed from the atmosphere, resulting in net zero emissions. Green economy. An economy that promotes sustainable development and reduces environmental risks and ecological scarcities. Climate action. Initiatives and policies aimed at addressing climate change and transitioning to a low-carbon, sustainable future. Climate refugees. People forced to leave their homes due to the impacts of climate change, such as sea level rise, drought, and extreme weather events. Carbon sequestration. The process of capturing and storing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere in natural or artificial reservoirs, such as forests, soils, and geological formations. Clean energy transition. Shifting from fossil fuels to renewable energy sources to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and combat climate change. Climate communication. The dissemination of information and awareness about climate change, its impacts, and solutions to engage and mobilize the public. Climate policy, laws, regulations, and measures implemented by governments to address climate change, reduce emissions, and promote sustainable development.